the management of Landmark Africa Group, operations of Landmark Beach in Lagos State, has lamented that the company is devastated following the demolition of part of its beachfront property by the Nigerian government. The company, in an official statement issued by its brand and corporate communications officer, Esie Oganyo, said the demolition of the property has thrown the company into imminent loss of nearly half of its company revenue. The company described the period as the most difficult and painful 8 weeks for its 27 years of existence as an international organization. Ogianyo stated that the company is currently picking up its pieces and it has yet to receive any compensation from the government. The company, however, noted that it is focused on working with the government to receive adequate compensation required to jumpstart the rest of the once thriving landside part of the landmark ecosystem and a new family-centric beach in a different waterfront location. I'm sure this man is not even referring to, of course he doesn't even want to even go there because they have already resorted to the old plan, which would have taken about 2,000 houses from a Okwaja community. And apart from that, they said they are going to pay compensation. So up till now, why have they not paid compensation? I don't know. Maybe they are going to, because they say they budgeted 2.30 billion. Is this something? And this man is talking about 42 billion naira. And the worst part of it is that they are not using that new plan which affected existing, because for this kind of person to embark on this kind of project, they must have done their due diligence, because there's an old plan which they know that it was not even part of the old plan which the government had already done for how many years ago. So they went in the with the mindset that yes, this is not part of a government, it's not a right of way or something that they always talk about. It didn't violate that right of way. So all of a sudden they say they are changing plan, which now affected the company. Now they are going back to the old original, to the original plan. So what are we talking about? Ogianyo said, "We are devastated by horrific demolition of our much cherished landmark beach. It has indeed been the most difficult 8 weeks. Yes, while we accept the concept of the government's eminent domain right for the greater public good and understand the immense value of a coastal road as the first major development and pioneer business operating on the Water Corporation Road for almost 18 years, it is heart-wrenching to see the destruction of a world-class tourism platform that represented the hopes, dreams and aspirations of thousands of families and over 50 micro and small beach businesses. Over the last few weeks, we had hopes that our sizable and growing tourism and socio-economic impact would cause a change of heart, but this was unfortunately not so. Despite the pain and disappointment, we have resolved to take it on the chin and are now picking up the pieces to recreate a new, bigger and even better entertainment, leisure and tourism ecosystem. Human better know what they do as far as this country is concerned, whether in Igbo land or anywhere. Don't even dare it, because these guys, these politicians, I know they don't do business. All their own is just to collect money, tax this masses, and put the money in their pocket. They don't do business, so it does not matter. It does not take anything from them. Across the country, not only in Lagos, the Nigerian government demolished part of landmark beach property located along the Water Corporation Road, Victoria Island, Lagos, for the construction of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road. Okay, the statement said the 27-year-old landmark group has been in business in Nigeria for over 20 years and in this period has attracted over $100 million in foreign and domestic investments for developing the landmark ecosystem. We now need to focus on working with our existing foreign institutional investors, diaspora investors, as well as creditors to chart a way forward to ensure their investment is not even lost but multiplies, so that we are able to keep their faith in not just our existing credentials as a well-run, viable and compliant business, but their trust in Nigeria as a verifiable or a veritable investment destination. So be clear, we identified this beachfront property in 2005. We made a payment for it in 2006 and have had unhindered access to the shoreline ever since. We registered our title to our property and secured formal rights from our lessor to develop the beachfront into what it is now known as the landmark beach. At various points between 2012 and 2016, we spent many millions of dollars shoring up the same shoreline against ocean surges that were progressively eroding its and threatening infrastructure further inland. We understand and accept the government has the overall right to take over any property in Nigeria for overriding public purpose, that is, for reasons which is believed to be will be of benefit to Nigerians at large, and we respect the government's decision as law-abiding corporate citizen. This will be our last public statement on these specific issues, as we wish to focus our collective resolve and undivided attention on reinforcing our relationships with all stakeholders and finalizing our regeneration and financial plans to rebuild and thrive once again. Ogianyo further stated that despite the tragic demolition of the property, the company continues to believe in the potential of Nigeria and remains committed to playing its part with the support of friends, well-wishers, partner businesses, employees, and both its federal and state governments. It is our sincere hope that these unfortunate incidents would not discourage foreign investors from returning or investing in Nigeria, as our over 20 years foray into this country leaves us convinced of the immense opportunities to be harnessed for the good of all, and particularly the resourceful Nigerian youths who form the backbone of the landmark group, Uganyu said. Uganyu added, we are currently picking up the pieces following the demolition of almost 42 billion naira worth of supporting infrastructure and building, and the loss of nearly half of our company revenue. We are focused on working with government to receive adequate compensation required to jumpstart the rest of the once thriving land side part of the landmark ecosystem and a new family-centric bridge in a different waterfront location. This will help to preserve the sustenance of the thousands of families whose livelihood have been threatened by the demolition, as well as recreate a platform for many of the small and micro businesses that were incubated on the landmark beach and adjoining beach resorts that were recently demolished. Yeah, they are trying to be law-abiding and patriotic and be politically correct. Of course, use your tongue to count your teeth. You know what it means. APC represents destruction, affliction, and hardship. Since they came on board, so many pain upon Nigerians. The most painful is even that 42 billion naira is more. That it should be like 1 trillion naira. You can choose to stay anywhere away from Lagos State, or you can choose to cry premiumly in the future. Can you imagine? Well, you're 100% right, to my dear. Even if land na free for Lagos, I know they collect. It's here waiting. More Halu wife said the other day when she came out and gave you back to that whether Governor Sanwo-Olu's aid, when she said if you go and invest in Lagos at your own peril. They said she didn't know what she was saying. When she gave it back to the person, said we are going to let you out of this Lagos. Say, you are not even there Lagos, now Anambra in day. So forget, perish that nonsense thoughts. Perish the thoughts. Well, as far as you continue to beg for unity, the worst you can do is destruction and demolition of the suffering of Lagosians. Your Igbo, it will only and always end in your misery. Where the federal government through Ministry of Works have one purpose in mind, and that is to destroy landmark and other businesses around there for the benefit of few who are interested in forcefully acquiring that property. This may be the thought of maybe people. You cannot blame them, because there was an initial plan of superhighway that followed due diligence, but these landscapers came and distorted the original plan. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this.